Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Welcome to Porchlight Podcast number 2155, Deep Roots, New Growth. I love this. I have to love this one because I get to tell one of my favorite stories, and that's about, you'll hear it in a second. So this is part 3 of Rooted and Rising, which is our theme for this week. This is week 9. So volume 9 will be coming out not long after volumes 1 through 8 come out on the Porchlight Journals. Oh, I buried it today. Porchlight Reflection Journals. So, and you can order your copy by scanning the QR code up here on the top. But anyway, sometimes the most profound growth is the kind no one sees. This is what we're talking about tonight. Deep roots, keep this in mind, deep roots, new growth. So sometimes the most profound growth is the kind that no one can see. Bamboo, for example, this just fascinates. By the way, this bamboo thing just absolutely fascinates me. I try and tell it whenever I can. So bamboo, for example, spends years growing its roots underground, making this network of roots, making it nice and strong. No sign of progress above the soil. Then seemingly overnight, it shoots up feet in just days. It reminds us that not all growth is immediate or visible. Sometimes the most important work happens beneath the surface, quiet, steady, and necessary. And what it teaches us, that growth doesn't always look like action. Foundations, which is what the root system is, take time, and it's not wasted time. When you're building foundations, you're building it good and strong to weather any storm that comes along. We can honor the slow seasons just as much as the fast ones, because once you've laid that foundation, like people turn around and say, oh, they were an overnight success. No, they may seem like an overnight success, but really what they were doing is they were laying foundations. They spent ages, months, years laying those foundations, and all of a sudden, boom, they pop up in the spotlight and become an overnight success. No, they've been spending years, whoever it is, whether it's athletes, whether it's business people, whatever walk of life they're in, they become this overnight success, but that's because they've spent years laying the foundations and making them good and strong. So we can honor the slow seasons as much as the fast ones, because once things go, they go. So once you bloom, it happens. It's all on. Once that foundation is laid, it's all on. So what happens when we stop rushing ourselves to bloom and allow for unseen transformation? We trust the groundwork even when results aren't visible, because we know that deep inside of us, we have to have a strong core. We have to have that root system in place. We have to build that strong foundation. We let new growth emerge when the roots are ready, not before. A lot of people, and myself included, are either doing this or have done it. I have done this, where I'm just sort of like, I want to get this done. I want to get this done. Come on, let's get this done. And I don't take the time to have a good foundation in place. And all of a sudden, when I launch something, it succeeds for a few weeks, and then boom, it's gone, because I didn't take the time to stop and lay the foundation properly. Anything that's good and worth growing needs a good, solid foundation. So, so we have to stop rushing ourselves to bloom and allow for unseen transformation. You might be busy working on the foundations and nobody sees what's going on. But then when the timing is right, we let the new growth emerge when the roots are ready, not before. And if we try and get ready before the foundation is laid, it's going to come tumbling down. How we carry it forward, we stay grounded in your values, your pace, and your truth. Remind yourself, just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's stagnant. Keep nurturing your roots even when it feels like nothing is happening. I'm starting to this because I am like one of the worst people of, come on, I want it now. I want it immediately. Come on, let's get this done. When I've got to and I'm actually working through this exercise right now because I have a collaboration partner and we're working on this, and I'm just sort of like, come on, I just want to get this up and going. Let's get going. But she's actually keeping me very calm, because when we get on and we talk about what the next step is we're going to do, I'm sort of like, well, can we just launch it? And she's like, well, we still have to get this in place. And we actually have a plan with a to-do list set up that all of this stuff has to be done before we can launch. And it's sort of like, oh, this is taking forever. I'm working on a new idea right now, which is kind of cool. But because of what I have learned with my collaboration partner, is I am taking that time to put the roots in place. I'm working on that foundation instead of racing forward into the unknown. I'm allowing myself to get back to my roots, to stay grounded in my values, stay grounded in my beliefs, stay grounded in my faith, stay grounded in my pace. Well, my pace needs a lot of adjustment. It's got to be turned down a little bit, and stay grounded in my truth. And I have to remind myself constantly, just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's stagnant. Things are working. You just got to be patient. Have patience. Have patience. Don't be in such a hurry. Sorry, whenever that word comes up, that song pops into my head. So keep nurturing your roots even when it feels like nothing is happening. On the legacy side, think about your ancestors. How many of their sacrifices, dreams, or decisions created roots for your life today? They might never have seen the bamboo shoot moment, but you're the living result of their deep rooting. Your life is part of their growth story. So they have found foundations for the family. They left their legacy they passed their legacy onto their children with their beliefs, with their faith, with their can-do attitudes, or whatever attitudes it was traits that they had that they wanted to pass on, like the can-do. We can do this. Let's just go do it. We'll figure it out and go do it. When you get that spirit, when you look through your ancestors' stories, and this is why it is so important to tell your story. Write down your journey as you are going through these transformations. Write them down, because these will come back in years, in generations, in like 100 to 100 years from now, 150 years from now, where your great grandchildren will be able to read your journals of what it was like, what events happened that had a major impact on your life, and how did that change things? Because there are patterns that go through, and what traits did you inherit from your ancestors that have been passed down through these generations? So your life is part of their growth story. Your life is going to be part of your descendants' growth story as well. This is why we want you living your legacy now, living how you want to be perceived by future generations. And we actually have 4 reflection questions for you. Yes, 4. Are you ready? They are in the description below. And then you can use the general page in here to write them in. So, where have I grown roots that others can't see? What in my life feels like it's underground, still growing? When was a time I sprouted after a long season of unseen effort? What needs time and patience right now, even if there is no visible progress? So what needs time and patience right now, even if there's no visible progress? And in our closing thoughts, bamboo doesn't apologize for taking its time. It simply knows strong roots make way for a spectacular rise. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. And we will be on tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I have a mastermind meeting tomorrow night. So we'll be back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So go out and have a super fantastic, sparkling evening.